Hello Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, here to do your full moon oracle reading. This is the full moon in Virgo, February 27th, 2021 here, and it's going to be highlighting your 8th house of shared resources. I already shuffled here. I'm just cutting here on camera for you. So your 8th house of shared resources will be illuminated the most, and check your Sun, Moon, or Rising. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, so this is a house of what you share with others. Could be resources, but it's also the house of sex, depth of life, things that are hidden, endings and new beginnings, other people's resources. Yeah. Deep subconscious things in the form of connections. All right, so here we're going to clarify with the tarot, and we're looking at your recent past, your current point, your challenge or resistance, your unexpected help, as well as advice and the outcome for this situation or period of time for yourself. Okay, so let's see what we got. Lots of majors. All right. Okay, so in your recent past, Aquarius, in this house, we have the Field of Dreams with the Page of Fire. So this does seem to be the sense of optimism for where things could go, with a very colorful personality. You had some interest. There was something new here in the form of a person or a connection. Definitely there was attraction, but it could have been short-lived or interest, but not much action behind it. There was some things that were left in the mind, or in the dream space, fantasizing about where things could go with this new one, this new interest, this new person. There's a sense that things got like to a point of joining in the garden, but nothing really hatching yet, in the form of like something actually materializing and it coming out of the dream space. This is Field of Dreams. So this is optimism for what you do have, in the form of expansion. And there's 3 people here. So now this is your 8th house, the shared resources. Relationships definitely fall into this. Things that are hidden. Some of you could have been hiding this connection. This connection could have been hidden, and it could have been somewhat of I'm getting friends with benefits with this situation, but also a 3 with this 3 as well, and the 3 people. So in some way, some of you, there was some point of a new resource or new interest that captured your attention, but it's at the page in the past. So that means it didn't go further towards the Knight or King energy. And what we have for the current point, we have the Balancing Act with the Star, Juju. And so there's some of you who maybe that situation threw you off balance, and it is a 3, so it's not a totally balanced situation. But some of you are getting back into that, and you have 2 even numbers here. So the Balancing Act 2, it's a Libra energy. But more than that, I feel like it's for you, you're at a present point where you have regained your balance after potentially being thrown off balance with a connection. You've maintained your balance. You've maintained your sense of self as well, healing and divine, trusting in the divine, with anything that you need as far as your endings, what you need to end or what you need to begin. as it comes with others resources as well too with this eighth house. Some of you are in a sense where you are getting to a place where you're getting balance and standing on your own, or getting to a point where you want to stand on your own. For some of you, this could be some new employment that is still new to you, but could be providing you with something here of a hope or a desire or wish being met. But timing is something of the essence, and where things have been balanced. Some of you regained your balance after a period of peace and time. Now, some of you, this is a connection that is growing deeper. There could be something here that it's getting to a point of a major hope or desire for you. This was a spark of a connection or a spark of a new plan or idea with your partner. And now could be at this point where things are getting along. Some of you could be getting along to go along in some of the resources that you share with others. Keeping things balanced means that you're definitely feeding the connection that you share resources with, but also feeding yourself in the sense of replenishing yourself and making sure your own needs are met. So there's this balance within a connection where you're, feeding it, but also, replenishing yourself and when you need it. So maintaining that balance, and it could be a balancing act that some of you were doing with a situation where your desires, you getting everything or wanting and wanting others that you may want, or, something here with a desire of balancing more than one in a situation. Now 1 and 7 equals 8 in a sense. You could be seeing the light in this. Now this is interesting, and I'll go back to it because of what I saw with the last card, but I'm gonna move on. Then some things tied together once I get through it. Your challenge or resistance is dry desert and 10 of fire. So I do feel like for many of you, your challenge or resistance is adapting to a situation where you have to handle things on your own. That might be somewhat of a challenge for you. That might feel like it's too much of a burden, that you can't handle everything on your own. You may be in this dichotomy or catch-22 kind of situation where you wish you could or want to, and you want companionship, but you don't want to depend on it, or you would like act single or want to be single, but you are holding on to someone at the same time. It's a selfish energy that I'm picking up a little bit, but dry desert here, this is some of you, the challenge or resistance is adapting to a situation where there's someone who's moving on. Someone is dropping the burden of maybe that type of attitude. And I feel like that maybe came out because of someone. That's the reason. If some of you, this connection didn't get off the ground, there's healing occurring after some time, balancing a situation. That could have been the case because there was contradictory energies that you were giving off. Contradictory energy, as well as contradictory possibly language, but for many of you, this is like, you don't want to, and also dropping or releasing something that has been heavy. Some of you, sometimes with burdens and vices and things, people can hold on to what's not good for them out of familiarity. And so that could be a little bit, sorry, I have hiccups. I'm not burping through and not excusing myself. I'm where these hiccups come from. But that's your challenge or resistance, releasing a burden or someone releasing or coming to the end, and adapting to a new situation. Or some of you, you're in a space where you don't ever want it to be dry, but there's something here of a strength to stand in a space and find what you need, not necessarily what it is that you believe you desire in a moment. I'm getting another type of like a flash in the pan energy or situation. that another sign had gotten, but I'm not, let's say Capricorn. It was maybe the last one, or Sagittarius or something here. I think it was Capricorn. Anyway, what's your unexpected help? It's heal the ouch with the Hanged Man. So some of you surrendering to healing, this is clear in the sense of, and I noticed this is the 3, and this was like, this is 2-1, and this is 1-2, and this is upside down here. So some of you, a third party situation ended, but not in the way that you wanted it to. There's a sacrifice that needed to be made in order for you to heal. There could have been a situation becoming a lot more difficult than you imagined or thought it would be. And so you are, in a sense, balancing what it is that you desire and what your destiny is, or what you're destined to be, who you're destined to be with. But there's a situation where it's like you do have a good balance as far as it comes to not being burdened on your own. But here we have, healing the ouch is done on unexpected help. There may be a chance for you to now surrendering to the fact that you have feelings that you might have not, that could also be something that you're maybe adjusting to, holding things in, or releasing things that you've been holding in that might be difficult for you but necessary. Your perspective is going to change about a person in your life. Whatever you had your mind made up about them, that's going to change. And healing will be necessary, and it will be good. And it will be a blessing to come in, because it is your unexpected help. So someone you may not expect to hear from or talk to or see again, there could possibly be. But also, I do feel like for some of you, you may need to be surrendering to the fact that there's things that you need to address within your 8th house and shared resources, and also just maybe things that have been hidden that you do keep hidden. And maybe, taking some time out for you to heal might be good for you. So this could be some type of getaway with, with someone that's helping you look at things from a different perspective. Some of you could be seeking therapy and that might be very different for you, but you might feel like you have no choice. There's a sense of needing to surrender to the fact that healing needs to occur. You can't keep brushing your feelings under the rug, talking them away, or gaslighting them away, and think that they're just gonna leave and disappear. You're gonna wake up and one day they'll hit you so hard that it'll all kind of pile up on you, and you don't want that. You could be in a situation where you could find yourself in crisis mode. So hopefully you will avoid that. And get to a space where when you come out of this hangman position, because it's a space in this position that you put yourself into, coming upright in that sense of, once you see things clearer, let's look ahead. Your advice, sad embrace, Nicole. There may be some of you who are needing to, again, embrace your feelings. Like, embrace your feelings. Judgment with this energy too is saying that in some ways, embracing your feelings, sad embrace, and for some of you, this could be an apology. This could be something here where you have some type of rebirth, or second chance, could give you a second chance in a sense, by embracing your feelings, opening up your feelings, expressing your feelings to someone you did not express your feelings to in the past. So there could be something here where you're trying differently to connect with others. You're coming from a place of hurt with something. It's like, maybe you don't know how to address your feelings. Maybe you don't know how to express your feelings, but holding them in, not expressing them, is a resistance that is okay. Because and I've heard this described as like the Ten of Fire is like a dumpster fire, and these are all these kind of like letters and things. These are feelings, like you write them down, or letters you write to people that you don't want to get them, but you get it out of yourself, and so then you burn it, and it's like it's a process, it's a cleansing process, it's a healing process that you take control of on your own when you can't necessarily heal with the person or situation that you want to. So expressing your feelings, and expressing your sense of gratitude for where someone, is in your life, and maybe provide some type of balance for you. Your advice is in some ways to rise above whatever keeps you hidden with your feelings and not embracing those feelings or expressing those feelings. There could be something that you're returning to, but also something that you're not returning to. So there's something you're done with, and then something you're beginning or adjusting to. That could be a challenge as well. But healing, the opportunity to heal, is coming in for some of you. We got for the outcome, wide open, and the Tower. Now this kind of threw me because, of course, the star comes after the Tower, and where you are now is a star, and then it's like you're ending here with the Tower. After the Tower, yes, the star will still come, but I feel like with this outcome, I feel like this is divine intervention. I also feel like this is a sense of you being open to the possibilities of change. Some of you are making a major change. If you share a space with someone, that's going to be changing. There could be someone who is checking out of a situation so that they can heal. And checking out of that situation, like, say, for instance, it really just depends. It could be anything, but a relationship where you share resources, share something with them. That seems to be changing for some of you Aquariuses. There's something here that's a little too late too, with something here. But I feel like once this Tower comes, in some ways you beckoned it, the lightning strike. It's such an interesting Tower card too. I don't use this deck often, but when I do, it definitely calls me to look at the imagery. I feel like this is like, and I just got the Rock of Gibraltar for some reason. Why that came to my mind, I don't know, but this is long-standing. It's been long-standing, and now there's finally going to be some clearing of it. And I say finally for you because it just seems like there was a lot put into a situation that was on a faulty foundation. And you discovered something here with this Page of Fire energy that came in of other possibilities than maybe what you were settling for. And in this sense, you've found or felt like you're in a space where you're at, you have hope. Okay, this is hope too as well, in keeping yourself balanced, but also this could be inspiration from someone. Could be a Libra individual, or could be Libra, Scorpio, because you have Judgment and the balancing act showing up here. Scorpio, Tower, Aquarius here, of course, this is your energy. Pisces. So number of things coming up for you guys as far as with your 8th house resources, though. There's to be prepared for a major shakeup in that area. And it may not be your doing. I feel like you're an energy Aquarius, going along to get along. If you could do that and have someone feel as if you're there even when you're not there, or having someone feel like they're dependent on you, or but not really dependent on you. This is an energy where you want it all for yourself, but there's a cost with wanting it all too. And it could all blow up in your face when you take on too much, especially when you're deceptive about it or ignoring feelings in the process, other human beings' feelings, So there could be something here where that's like it's going to shake up your world, but in a way that shows you there's something here where someone is going to be feeling vindicated or validated with how something pans out. Okay. So try to hold on to that in your divine energy, healing, hope that there could be continued healing. Heal the ouch here. And someone's healing could impact you in a way. Someone could be healing away from you, and that could create this tower moment for you, where you then realize that this isn't a personal reading, otherwise I would look further. But I feel that it's just an energy now where you're going to have to deal with some type of shakeup and then get to a point where you're like, okay, what's left here? What do I have to work with? And it could have you open and on a search for something that you may have already had. So good luck with that, Aquarius. I'm going to leave that at that for you guys. I hope it was helpful. And if it was, give me a like. And welcome to anyone new to my channel. I welcome you to subscribe if this was helpful to you as well. So I don't offer personal readings through this platform or any other through the internet any longer. However, I stick with these. I just enjoy them. So check your other signs as well. If this doesn't sound like your message or your story, you can go into another sign and maybe find your message there as well. Sudden breakthroughs too. Some of you could look for that. Sudden breakthroughs where you're no longer restricted. You're no longer restricted for something. There's no more limitation with a connection or a resource. So, all right, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm supposed to look away now. So take care, Aquarius. Thank you for watching. Have a great month.